It's all about storytelling.
I'm Gary Parker.
And I'm Bruce May.
And we're the co-founders of the Indie Films Foundation.
You don't stop and look around once in a while. You could miss it.
Every good film begins with a good story.
It's signed by the leading co-stars and by James Cameron. When the story opens, we see Rose boarding the Titanic with her fiancé, a wealthy American. If you lose them, they're gone, right? So you've got to get them engaged and keep them engaged.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
Think about the film like the original Jurassic Park. With the dinosaurs obviously not currently living, we're only left to assume what they sound like.
This course is designed for the first-time producer interested in learning how to produce a short film or documentary. Film is a visual media. Stories told on film focus on images and actions.
His spirit had the strength to hold his family together.
To us all.
Then her eyes need to be on that top third line of your frame, okay? And she needs to be to either one side or the other side.
We all have something to learn. A major perk to being in this industry is creative freedom. Everyone has different ideas, and to have so many creative individuals come together can be such an artistic outlet and make you feel great about your craft.
I must admit, I didn't think much of Andy the first time I laid eyes on him. He had
Two major kinds of producers. There are executive producers and line producers. An executive producer may be a studio head or simply the person who is financing a single film.
And the Oscar goes to Gladiator.
That's the way I feel every day that I'm coming to work, excited. It's one of those rare opportunities.
A good director needs a certain set of skills. You must be authoritative.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
You should have a business and marketing plan to help you raise money. That could include crowdfunding.
A Blade Runner's job is to hunt down replicants.
And it should be reflected in the tone and the mood of the scene as it plays out in the dialogue.
I heard of you.
I'm retired. You must be Doc Holliday. You retired too?
Not me. I'm in my prime.
Your workspace is going to be where you're going to do all of the work.
Similar to what Casey did on Premiere, that just happens to be what it looks like on Avid.
She just goes a little mad sometimes.
Documentaries, if you ever start looking at them, ever start taking an interest in them, are some of the best filmmaking available.
I knew I had found another passion that I was running.
Be ready to rock and roll.
With researchers, writers, and producers working together to develop stories. In local news, the same person may act in all three roles, and in some cases, even be the on-camera reporter.
You leader of this outfit.
Well, Pete, I figured it should be the one with the capacity for abstract thought.
While designing a set can be fun, you do have a ton of ideas. Maybe not everything can be used, sadly, due to budget.
This is the captain. Brace for impact.
What? Brace!
And for your first film, but you may have talent for this, is comedy, because comedy is hard.
Yeah.
Hoo-ah! Hoo-ah! Very good. Very good. You know something? No soup for you!
Documentary films tell a story about real people, events, or organizations. They may be historical or contemporary. In either case, you should approach your subject like a good journalist. That is what you're going to see here at this type of light. As you can see, it's a very, very bright light. Tungsten lights range between about 1,000 to 1,500 watts.
I guess it's important to emphasize the idea behind our school is that it's very hands-on.
Paris, 1943? Oh no.
And I've been in the film and video business for 45 years and blessed for 21 years of that to be working on a project called Shattered Lives.
So Gary, what can you tell me about your experience working in the film and TV industry? You've done multiple things, right?
I have had probably one of the best career paths you could ever have in this industry.
Our founders, Gary Parker and Bruce May, have a lifetime of experience in film and television. Gary has worked for over 40 years as a producer, director, photographer, and editor, producing award-winning documentaries and feature films. Bruce May has been working in media and television for over 25 years. His first introduction to the industry was through Quantum Productions, where he worked closely with Gary Parker for several years before moving on to work nationally in the online television industry.
Let's run into the garage where all the
Why don't you just get in the moving car?
yeah, exactly. If you haven't seen that, you need to check that out. We'll leave it for the class assignment.
By working with things like this, working in an amazing studio like this, and with some great people on some awesome opportunities. If you're interested in this, go to iffschool.com. We'll see you there.